Hi. It's so weird talking to a camera these days because for the past couple of years, I barely ever do that. But I'm in my follicular phase. It's 70 degrees in early March, so I'm feeling really good, really energetic, and very, very chatty. Um, I've been talking to myself a lot, um, and I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about like detransition. Shocker. I have been detransitioning now for it'll be 6 years in May, which is crazy. I cannot believe it's been 6 years already. But at the same time, when I think back to those days, those last days of being Oliver, being steeped in doubt but still being Oliver, it does feel like a lifetime ago. But I've been sort of, um, but I've been talking to myself a lot about detransition, and how I am feeling about it now, because I think I'm kind of starting to realize, like, this really is gonna be with me forever. Like, I've kind of had it in my head that the goal is to heal from it, to move on from it, and eventually I will have moved on from it and will be healed from it. But unfortunately, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I mean, God willing, I have a long life ahead of me, so I don't know. I hope one day I will feel like I'm healed from it. But look, I've been detransitioning now, like, longer than I was trans, and sometimes I still feel like I did on day one. So I want to start with the negative parts. I don't want this to be a super sad video, but I kind of want to talk about my chest, and possibly getting reconstruction surgery, which I have felt in the past couple of months like that is something that I want. It's something that I've been wrestling with for almost 6 years, whether or not I want to do that. And, you know, I have a 3.5-year-old son and a 2-year-old daughter. I'm currently taking a break from being pregnant. I mean, I have been, you know, taking a break for 2 years now, and anything could happen. But the current plan that we have is that we might start trying for a third in December of this year. Like, our 5-year anniversary is kind of like what I had in my head. And I kind of feel like it's now or not now or never, but like now or then I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to be pregnant, postpartum, and then I'll have 3 kids, and it's gonna be an even less desirable thing to like go and have multiple surgeries, right? So I feel like I should do it now, but to be honest, I haven't really taken any. I called a bunch of doctors like a month ago now. I called a bunch of like different organizations to inquire about it. I've already been to 2 consultations years ago now, and oh gosh, I always just left feeling very gaslit. Like, the way that these people respond to detransitioners trying to fix what they did is like, are you seeing a psychiatrist? It's like, okay, now that I'm back to reality, now that I like am, you know that I'm female and not under the delusion that I'm actually secretly a boy and I'm trying to fix my problem, now you're trying to make me feel crazy. I don't think they were trying to make me feel crazy, but I remember always leaving feeling like they were like, I just felt like a freak. I felt like I'm crazy, but I'm not. I'm trying to be sane, and I'm trying to fix this problem. The problem is still there. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen when I had my daughter, I posted a picture of me feeding her um, slop. I thought that they wouldn't let me bring the Holly because that's the formula that I use for both my kids, because they didn't want me to use it when Gabriel was born in the hospital, and I really should have just brought it. I don't know what I was thinking. So I had to feed her Enfamil for her first feeding 40 minutes after she came out of me, and that felt just really horrible. For some reason, the hopelessness, the utter hopelessness of my situation hit me a whole lot harder. And it's also I just felt so isolated, because there just are very, very few women in the world who have this situation where they give birth to children and they've had top surgery. It's very lonely. And I think it's just, I don't know, obviously I'm well aware not all women are able to breastfeed. You don't have to tell me that. I know, but I will never have the chance to try. I can't even try. There's no oh, maybe we can work with a lactation consultant. There's no milk, there's no breast, there's no nipples. The nipples are flat. There's nothing will ever. It's an experience that I am totally and completely and irreversibly cut off from. And it's damn, it's heavy. And even if I do get reconstruction surgery, it's not that will give me the ability to breastfeed. It will just, it's not going to be my breasts. They're probably going to look a little weird, because not only, there are women who have had reconstruction surgery, 99% of the time it's because they had breast cancer and had actually medically necessary mastectomies. But those aren't mastectomies where they're taking off your nipples and making them smaller and putting them on the side so that it looks more like a male chest. Yeah, that's what was done to me. That's what I chose to have done to me. But so yeah, obviously being freshly postpartum as a detrans woman is horrible, and I didn't even have the experience that I know Lex Rennick and Prisha Mosley have had, where their milk actually does come in, but it can't come out. That's just a hell that I can't even imagine. And I mean, I kind of can imagine it, actually, and I have such deep empathy for that. That I'm really grateful that didn't happen for me, as unfortunate as my situation is. I think that is worse, because if you have milk coming in, it's you want to give that to your baby. All I wanted to do was to breastfeed my baby, especially when they were first born. It's that's a primal desire that women have. And also the fact that my hormones were just making me maximally emotional. So that's really hard, and it's gonna be hard with all of the kids that I have, however many I have. But so my daughter's 2 years old now, and I'm not really feeling that pain anymore, because she's been off of formula for a year, and it's not really relevant at this moment of my life. But it affects my entire family. It affects my relationship with myself, my relationship with my kids, and my relationship with my husband, of course. I don't want to say too much about this, but of course it affects my intimate life. 6 years later, I still can't take my shirt off during intimacy. I have to have a shirt on, or a bra, or something. I have to cover it. I never ever really want Jason to see it. Obviously, he has seen my chest, and he doesn't make me feel bad about it. He would be a really bad person if he was trying to make me feel bad about it. But it's yeah, we don't, he doesn't want to look at it. it makes him sad. It's not like it's disgusting to him. It's a big scar, and it represents the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And it's not supposed to be like this. And yeah, we've talked extensively about it. Like, and he was like, look, yeah, like, it would be great if you had breasts. Like, it would be great. It would be better. So, you know, I can already hear the comments from people being like, you shouldn't get the surgery just for your husband. It's not just for my husband, but partially, yeah, it would be for my husband. Because I want him to have a wife that looks like a woman, you know? And I want to look like a woman, too. So, that's another reason. But I'm very afraid because I just don't know what it's going to look like with my nipples and all. I have talked to a couple of detransitioners who have had this surgery, and they were really, really kind enough to share what their results look like with me, and I've only seen it from 2 or 3 people. They look good. Like, it looks good, and they had kind of the same top surgery that I had. But it's hard to find, it's kind of impossible, actually, to find a surgeon who, you know, does these kind of reconstruction surgeries who doesn't also, you know, cut the healthy breasts off of confused women. And I don't want my doctor to, like, be one of those demons, frankly. But then I'm also kind of like, well, if they're a good surgeon, then I don't know. So I haven't really been looking into it because I'm doing a lot in my life that makes me not want to have surgery. I dance. Like, I've been taking swing dancing lessons since August. I don't know, like, I might be getting pregnant soon-ish, like in 9 months or so. Or, like, I'm historically very fertile, so I'm kind of just assuming that I'll conceive right as soon as we, like, loosen up the NFP restrictions. If you know, you know. But that might not happen. Anyway, yes, but I feel like I'm running out of time. So yeah, I'm still very much, like, grieving my chest and my breasts, and when I think about the fact that I actually used to have breasts, like, I can't even believe it. Like, there was a time that I had breasts, and I don't anymore, and I never will have, like, real breasts again. It's just like, holy crap, like, I cannot believe I did that. Wow! It's like I regret it more every day. I can't even put into words how much I regret it. And it's just crazy because I was literally at that point in, like, 2018, 2017, even 2016, I probably would have been willing to die for, like, I would have bet my life on being transgender. Like, there was nothing you could have told me to not do it. It was my whole life. And I thought that I would be happy, and when I think about actually, like, what was going on in my head, it does feel like it kind of was inevitable, unfortunately, with the time period I was born in, and with just the oddities of me, and yes, the childhood desire to cross-dress that didn't go away and only got stronger in high school. It's like, yeah, like, you were definitely in danger of that. It would have taken something extreme to not, like, get me to go down that path, but it happened. So I think that's kind of all I want to say on that, basically, that I'm still struggling with that. But on a positive note, I feel like I'm not as insecure about my voice as I used to be. And this is something that I noticed very recently, that I just didn't really... And there are some situations where I am more insecure about it. Like, for example, I went on a silent retreat, a women's silent retreat last weekend, and it was conducted by Opus Dei, and basically you're staying at this conference center, and what you do all day pretty much is like go to talks, go to meditations, and spend a lot of time doing like prayer and spiritual reading, and you don't talk. The only time you talk is when you're saying prayers or if you're singing hymns, and during Mass, like, we would sing hymns, and it's all women, so it sounds like it's all women singing except for my voice. Like, my voice was like standing out as like a very, very deep voice, like an octave deeper than all of these other women. So that made me a little insecure, but I really liked the silent retreat because I really liked the silent part. You don't even have to talk. So but I think generally when I'm like talking to just random people, strangers, waiters, anyone, I'm just not even really thinking about how my voice sounds at all. Like, it was always kind of in the back of my head, and I would always like kind of feel this like little moment of like just I'm gonna have to talk, but I don't want to. And in the beginning, obviously, I was like very, very insecure about it because I didn't want people to think that I was a man trying to be a woman. And I'm still nervous about that because look, like, in this day and age, you never know, right? I have an Adam's apple. I grow facial hair. My voice sounds like this. And if I bend over and I'm wearing my breast inserts and you can see them, uh-oh. That's a man trying to be a woman. No, it's not. It's part of the reason why I like being pregnant is because no one's gonna think I'm a man, right? But yeah, so I feel like I'm getting better with that, with the voice thing. Because even on the phone, shockingly, I don't really get misgendered. Like, people call me ma'am even if they can't see me, which is interesting. But it also kind of makes sense because if you go back and watch my old YouTube videos where I was Oliver, well, you actually can't watch them because I took them all down. But I talked differently. Like, I talked in my chest. It was more like this. What's up, guys? It's Ollie, and I did like, it was different. I spoke differently, and I wasn't even really trying to, but it just sort of naturally happened. But now I talk more in my head, and I think probably there was a moment with transitioning and detransitioning where I was trying to consciously do that, but I've just become accustomed to it, and now I don't even have to think about it. But yeah, it's been 6 years. I'm a mother of 2. I'm a wife. I'm a housewife. Living, for all intents and purposes, a very feminine life. But I'm still, that doesn't erase what I did. It was very, like, a powerful mistake. A ridiculous, powerful mistake. So I guess I just want to end this video with, the thing that I have, okay, how do I want to say this? So my original purpose for being public about my detransition, first of all, was because I was a YouTuber and I was a trans YouTuber, and although I kind of didn't make as much like trans related content towards the end, people still knew that I was trans, and I kind of felt like I had to explain that I was detransitioning and why I was detransitioning. And as my worldview started to change radically, I became very anti-trans, and I still am extremely anti-trans. I'm not even gonna like mince words about it. Nobody should do this. I don't care who you are. Don't trans yourself. That's that's like the motto of my internet persona. I mean, if I have anything that I like, if I have any message that I want to send, it's it's directly to the people who are trans identified. Stop. Literally just stop. Like, you can stop. You probably don't want to, but like, please. That's all I've got. Don't do it if you're thinking about it. If you're doing it, stop. Find God. That's it. You know, I'm super against the whole thing. The whole ideology is completely evil and satanic, and I'm with Michael Knowles. Like, I think it needs to be eradicated from public life entirely. Not the people, stupid. The ideology. But my heart is with all you trans people out there. Seriously, I don't hate you. I have a lot of empathy for you, actually. I won't say I know exactly what you're going through because your life is unique and your mind is unique, but I know that you are obviously in a lot of pain, and obviously you have some mental health issues that you need to work out. Like, all of us detransitioners too. Like, if you've ever tried to change your gender, guess what? You have other stuff going on. Like, I've just never ever met a trans person or a trans person who is not mentally ill in other ways. And I am not bullying them by saying that. We're mentally ill. We've got some screws loose. It's okay. Like, but you just have to figure out a way to self-actualize in your life that isn't harmful. And cutting off healthy body parts is harmful. It's harmful psychologically and spiritually and physically and in every single way. Even identifying as another sex is harmful. Like, you might think, oh, it's not hurting anybody. Well, it probably is hurting your parents, but it's also hurting you. It's hurting you, and it's really damaging your soul. And Satan's really, really happy about you doing it. So, look, I'm not very good at evangelizing. I'm not very good at, like, forming arguments or giving speeches, but I can share my story, and I can continue to share it if I have any other updates on, you know, the new or continuous horrors of being somebody who regrets transitioning. Because look, like, I thought I was one of the real ones. I really did. I thought I was one of the reasonable ones. I was like, all these other crazy, like, non-binary, they, them, these, hers, like, they're just, you know, they're just crazy, but I'm not crazy. You know, I just have a medical condition, and I just need to do this. You know, I don't even want to do it, but I have to. No, I was totally lost and totally disconnected from reality. So, you know, I still have my issues. With regard to, like, my life satisfaction, because that was kind of a Reddit conversation back in, like, November of 2023. My theory is that I think if I ever do feel tempted to cross-dress, or if I'm feeling like I'm not very connected to my femininity, or if I get that sort of old feeling of, like, the way I describe it is, you know, when I walk into a room, I feel like I'm a guy walking into that room, because I don't really know how else to try to describe it, because it just sounds retarded to say, I feel like a guy, but I used to feel that way, obviously, very, very intensely, and sometimes I still get that feeling. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. I have weird gender feelings sometimes. I'm not gonna kill myself over it. I probably can't say that on YouTube. I'm not gonna unalive myself over it. I'm not gonna unalive myself over not being able to wear a suit. Like, I have other things that are fulfilling to me, and I don't even know. I'm not gonna do that. Like, so, but I think in the warmer seasons, like spring and summer, I feel like I am more in touch with my feminine than I am in the fall and winter months. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like that is true. Because when did I tweet that I have dreams of being a guy? Which, like, sometimes I do, because, like, I was a guy for a while. Sometimes I have dreams about that time. You know, sometimes I also have dreams about, you know, breastfeeding. Those are really, really much more painful to wake up from. But yeah, it was in November when I talked about that, and yes, I am depressed, I have anxiety, and there are times where I'm just in a bad way. That was one of those times. But I love my life. I am unfathomably blessed. I don't know why God is not just, like, making me suffer and, like, making my life miserable. But he's not, and I'm not going to question it. Like, I have a wonderful, wholesome Chungus life. I love my wholesome Chungus life so much. And I can already hear the trans man be like, that's just what a repressed trans man would say. It's like, okay, you don't have to believe me. But if I was, like, I've been very, very honest on the internet. If I was miserable, I would tell you. Like, I have felt miserable sometimes, and I'm like, oh, I'm miserable. Everyone's like, no. But I don't do that anymore, because I try not to do that anymore, because it's like, you gotta deal with it yourself. Like, you're almost 30 years old, you know? Like, I'm turning 28 in a month, in less than a month. So it's time to grow up, you know? It's high time. It's actually, you know, yesterday, like 3 years ago when you became a parent. But I feel really good about my ability as a mother, and my marriage is doing really well, and there's just nothing to complain about. We're moving, actually. I'm not going to tell you where, but we are moving, and we're really, really excited about that. Yeah, things are just, like, really looking up. So yeah, God bless. I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you want to pray for me, if you could just pray for me to have clarity from the Lord on, like, what to do about my chest, because I've found it kind of, like, hard to, like, first of all, it's kind of hard for me to pray. It's kind of hard for me to quiet my mind and listen. But I feel like I haven't really received clarity on what to do, or when to do it. So pray for clarity, pray for peace. So you could, like, pray that I could somehow make peace with whatever decision it is, whether it is to just radically accept the body that I have now. It's not really the body that God gave me. It's not how he intended me to look, but yeah. So thank you guys for watching. If you've made it all the way through, that's very nice of you. And I'll see you when I see you, whether that's in a couple of months or 4 years. I don't know. Bye for now.